Picture this. You're back in the 1970s. You're into music, you're into receivers or amplifiers, all the hi-fi equipment. What do? Well, the snobbery factor will have you go to Pioneer, Marantz, Sansui, the top 3 or 4. But there are other options. And what I have under here is a glowing example that just because it hasn't got one of those top 3 or 4 names on it, doesn't mean A, doesn't sound good, or B, doesn't look good, or C, overall, it isn't very good. It's not the truth, it's not the case. And this year is a prime example of that. So here it is. This is a JVC JR-S50. I think I got that right anyway. I bought this as a fixer-upper, and I gotta be honest, the idea was to fix it, sell it on. As with a lot of the time, that's what happens. But I'm keeping this one because I'm absolutely blown away by it. Now, what you're seeing here now, there's a couple of things that have been changed since I bought it, and that's what we're going to get into the video. There's a couple of fixes that need doing, and there's a couple of mods that need doing. And we'll get into that now. However, but just look at it. Doesn't it look absolutely stunning? So in this video, we're going to get inside it, have a fiddle around, get it working, service it a little bit, fix some things that are not quite right, and then we can have a good look around it and I can show you exactly what this thing is about. And also, even though I really have fallen in love with this thing, there is one thing about it that I really don't like. And I'll tell you that in the video. So, let's get into it. Now, this has got a channel down apparently, and it even says it on the bottom, written in pen. Distortion or low output. One channel on inputs. I can't read that bottom bit. Can anyone else? Does it say time? On tuner, sorry. Is it tuner? Oh, I don't know, I can't read that. But anyway. What will we do first? This is always a favourite. Plug's missing. But let's take a look inside first. Very clean. I've got to be out clean condition. It needs a clean, but it's very clean in its condition. A bit dusty in here, but let's take a look together. That screams out. Here's your output transistors, C1061, A671s. Elna capacitors, Elna. Don't know where, never met her. So these are 3,300 microfarads at 35 volts. The size now of these. Now, I've already bought replacements, and they're like half the size. This section, I think, has got an access panel, and that section hasn't. Yeah, I'm right. That's really annoying. So this is the equalizer section. It's the equalizer board. Here's the power amp side, obviously. Right, so that's screwed down through the board, the base, that's screwed down through the base. I think that's the only thing, from what I can see, is holding the whole thing down. can't see the caps bulging. That doesn't mean they're all right, but it's usually your first indication that they're going, they're leaking, you know. But it doesn't mean because they haven't bulged that they're not past their best. The transistors here. Okie doke. What are they? D702. Strange looking things. What are them down there? Got a resistor there as well. Let's have a look if there's anything going on this side. Nothing is jumping out at the moment. I'm sure he said input are the problem. We're going to have to put a plug on this and test it, aren't we? It's the only way to find out exactly what they mean. I'll be honest though, it is pretty. I'm not going to lie. So I got the speakers plugged in on this now, so I'm going to flip it on. I don't know if you can hear that. That is very quiet, and that's the volume half up. Turn it all the way up. Both channels are working and are very, very quiet. Tape monitor was on. Right, so earlier on, I tested the receiver side of things, and that was working. Now, the tape monitor was on, so I'm wondering whether the last owner of this thought that that was the issue. I don't know, but he does say something about inputs. So I've got my Dubry Watson here, my Bluetooth Dubry Watson receiver, whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna connect to it. Let's switch it on, which it is. Still on tuner, so I gotta put it on. Hey! Brilliant. So it was just the switch needed a clean. Get in there. So it looks like a lot of this is cleaning. However, and I am going to clean the volume pot. Well, I'm going to clean all the pots. Right, so let's get that out of the way. But another thing before I start, this panel, this this Perspex panel needs to come off because there's a lot of dust behind there, from which is collected over the years. So I want to give that a nice clean. You've decided this little thing is so quirky, I'm keeping it. Don't tell the wife, she'll go nuts. However, the filter caps. Now, you know me and filter caps. Look at the difference in size now. Something mad, isn't it? But I do want to take them out and replace them, as I always do. So first thing, I'm going to take the speakers out, because this panel here is going to have to come out as well, because the wires attach and I don't want to strain anything. So let's take the speakers out, move them out the way. So having a look at this, it's screwed in here and here with a heatsink. Obviously the heatsink is attached to the board there and there, and also with the transistors. So that's all going to come out. So I'm going to take this brace out, because it's not actually attached to anything anyway. Look, so take that off, take them screws out, and this out, and hopefully then that will lift, so I can spin the board over and get to the bottom of that board. Because this board here has an access panel. This board here does not. Because JVC thought in the late 70s, early 80s, JVC thought there's going to be a guy called Fix-It Aid. We're going to really mug him off. It's going to be 40 years down the line, but still, we are going to mug him off. So I've got to take these screws out here. You're not going to see that, but it is going to happen. Here we are. So the speaker terminals fall back out, and they have. Lovely. That's what we want. So we're going to take that screw out. Right, what we can do here as well. Undo this. And move that out the way now, so that's not getting stressed about. So we undo there and there. It's bracketed in here and here, so my thought process is, if I undo these, it should come out. Should is the word. Yeah. Why are not coming out? Right, it's got this plastic clip here. Oh, I want to take our brace off as well, didn't I? Right, so that's that. Is there any screws going through the bottom holding that on? It still feels really... Yeah, there is. Haha, there, look. We are. Oh, there's another clip down there. Oh, this is fighting me, isn't it? By Orbach. Yeah. So I pull that out of there now. Oh, wait, there's more of these connection ties. Oh, and there's more again. Good golly gosh. Oh, fair play though, they're not making this easy. I'm not gonna lie. Right, here we are. Right, I'm going to test now. Voltage. Just have a look. So, oh, wrong way. Nothing in there. And nothing much in there. So let's get them paid out. It's not a great angle, don't get me wrong, I know. But there and there. See that? It's shown right at the bottom. Actually, that is right. So, let's get, with my solder wick. Not only am I contented with the solder, I'm contented with all the crappy glue they've put on here. There. Getting that. Can I get that stupid glue off? Yeah. Let me get this glue off. Sometimes this glue can go conductive and cause you a world of pain. Good. Now, we got to hope we can find a way to connect these now. Connect this, because these are different. Much different. The gap there is huge, but the gap here isn't. So I might have to do the same thing of put it there and there. And then run that over there. So it's the negative side. Problem is, the holes are not big enough either, see? So what I'm going to have to do is expand these holes a bit. So if we go in there and then run a jump. I just drilled the wrong bloody hole. No, I didn't, did I? Because I'm going to run a jump there. Right. there we are. It's quite uniform, actually. Quite happy with that.
We're sending you back to the future.
Don't freak out. We have jumped into the future a little bit here. Scary, isn't it? Basically, I did change these old Alnas. And I changed them for these. What are they? Comet. Okay. Now, nothing wrong with them. Okay. However, in that time, I've acquired Nichicons. I don't know why I say it like that. Nichicons. So now I'm going to fit these. So whereas I was changing them, as you can see now, you can see where I've had a bridge because the Elnas are 3 pins. So you got your negative and your positive, and then that's like a stabilizer pin. Does nothing, but it helps hold it in. Well, they don't have them anymore, really. Capacitors are smaller as well. So this is going to go between there and there, and then jump to there. So the Nichicons are in. So I can put this back together now. So you see over here now, there's a clip that this sits in. Like that. Get these wires out of the way, and this then feeds in to these 2 brackets there. Get the screws in there then. But bring it out. Still can't see them, but they better. I'm going to do them all the way up yet, obviously, because I want to make sure they line up. There we are. There we are. And that's that one in. So have I tightened them now? Yeah. So they're in there, in there, in there, and then there. So now this comes over here. It screws in here like that. So I'll do that next. So now it's just a case of wrapping these back up. So all these wires here, they come under these like this. Same for these ones. These brackets, they're simple but effective. So now it's got some nice Nichicon capacitors in there now. And I've also got these now, decent 3,335 spare. Happy days all round. Nothing wrong with them, but these are really good. And since I'm now future aid, I've taken over from previous aids. Oh God, it's getting ridiculous, isn't it? I can show you what I've done here previously. So I took this Perspex panel off, and they were held in, and it was held in with these. And they're a little bit rusty. Some of them are anyway. That one wasn't that bad. Here's the other one. A little bit manky. They didn't look the best. So I've changed them for these hex caps, which I think will look a million times better. And I've given the inside of there a good clean, which you're going to see now. So next we want to turn our attention to the lighting. So let's take a look. Right. The signal meter light isn't lighting up. The frequency ranges, but in a weird sort of, I don't know how to explain what that colour is. It's like a manky white or a very, very, very pale green. It's not great. It's not great. But I do have a fix for this. So use the signal meter here, and I dare say this is the bulb for the frequency bar, so it shines down here. Don't know what was making that noise then. So you bend these tabs back, and then I dare say you try and wiggle this. Oh, here it comes. Wiggle this free somehow. So if I gently use the key, there we are. I don't know if you can see that. Well, that is definitely popped. Yeah, see? That's popped. Now these, because I've already had a look at the schematic, are 12 volts. They're not 8 or 6 or even 4. They're 12. At 0.15 amps, so 150 milliamps. And I'm going to put money on, I think you just push down and release there, that this is going to be the same. This one's obviously working because it just lit up, but they don't look great, and for some reason when that lights up, it lights up, it looks blue here, but it lights up and off, very pale, not particularly attractive, like greeny, whitey off colour. So what are we to do? Now I've got a couple of choices here. So I'm going to try these first. Which I did order when I knew this was coming, because I knew the chances of the bulbs gone, it would be very likely. And I've had this now for about 2 weeks and they've only just shown up, so there we are. That's life for you, I suppose. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to have to point that down that way. That's in. And then get another one. And this one can just point straight outwards. Bend that over like that. Right. Let's see how that looks. Plug him in. Oh, why didn't that light up first off? Is there a loose connection or something down on this? The solder joints don't look the greatest on this wire. That's probably it. But yeah. So let's just reflow all that. Oh, with that. The wire's in front now, it needs to go behind. Other way now, other way. This way first. There. Right. Back to it. Plug him back in. Oh, let's see. Yes! So let's put him back together now. We can take a good look at him. I can give you my overall opinion. And we could power him up. So while we're here now, thought we could take and have a look, you know, have a decent look at it. So, you get your phono input, record, play, your antennas here, and then your speakers here. Now this is a bit quirky in one respect, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If you want to put like a Bluetooth module or whatever, like I tend to do, it hasn't got a dedicated aux port. So what you do is you put it in the tape side, you put it in the tape jack at the back, and then you would turn tape monitor on, and then you would move this to FM mute. So I'll mute the radio, and then put tape monitor on. It's nuts, isn't it? That's how you get... I don't know if that's what it's meant to do or whatever, but that's how you work around it. But I gotta be honest, it's got lovely toggle switches. Very nice switches here. It feels solid. And personally, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Even though that blue there, it's not quite what I'm seeing. But there we are. Doesn't matter. I'll see if I can get a photo to look better. More like it. The only thing that disappoints me about this, and I've got to be honest, it's quite a big disappointment, I'm not going to lie, is the faceplate. It's plastic. It's plastic faceplate. That is the only letdown. And I gotta be honest, it's quite a significant one as well. Does it affect the way it plays? No, not in any way, shape or form. Does it affect the way it looks? Not really, no. Because unless you really get up close and start feeling, you wouldn't notice. But it's still plastic. And that to me is just a little bit of a disappointment. It's like, in fairness to JVC, they've made a quirky, decent amplifier, a decent receiver here, and then like fumbled it at the last go with this plastic front. But, you know, it is what it is, unfortunately. So let's test him out then. So put him on FM mute. Tape monitor on. Oh, oh yes.